We're ready. Yo, it's me, and that's it. That's fucking it. I confirmed with Travis last night, and he fucking is a no-show. Uh, Life got in the way, but he could have texted. He's fucking, fucking jerk off. But that's kind of where we're at. It was funny. Marissa kind of brought everything up, like, because we didn't post last episode. We didn't post it. We did it, and then we didn't fucking post it because of some things that were said that might be a little I don't know, not PC, I guess is the terminology, but my girl put it because we were talking about how the way we are on this show, we're like exaggerations of ourselves, and yeah, Marissa put it so well. Like, she's like, yeah, you guys are called treading water. The whole show is about how not to live your life. That's that's what we're fucking doing, man. Like, him and I have messed up so many times in our life, so much dumb shit we've done that we like to tell the stories here and try to like get you to not do that, because we regret a lot of it. But there's been some real life implications by what we say on a fucking show that reaches like 100 people. It's fucking crazy. But yeah, I guess part of it's my fault. I say some words that like a lot of comics stay away from. And I should tell the story of something that happened to me. Was I was doing a show for Joe Milonis, and I just did a show with him like 2 weeks ago with Keegan and Renee Fuentes. It was a great show, but Joe has a rule for his shows now. He calls it the Hugh Murray rule, that you're not allowed to say the word retard, because I abused it one night. And I didn't know. I used to have a bit that I thought was pretty good, and I would compare like autism and Down syndrome and how they get all the press, and people with other mental illnesses just kind of get looked down upon, So, for instance, like those videos that get big where they hand the ball off to the kid with Down syndrome and they make him run 100 yards, and the other team fucking pretends to play. They get up from their stance and they just start clapping, and they're watching this fucking kid struggle to get a touchdown in the last game of the season. And no one did that for me, who had depression my whole life. Like, for me, it was like, you got to do more push-ups, you sleepy, sad little fag. Like, that was the problem for me. Is like, I look at it as like, I had to like struggle through mental illness. No one was like clapping for depression and insomnia. It's like that has like stigma attached to it. And I would tell this bit, and I the other part is how you have street signs that say like autistic child area, but like, to make drivers aware, but really they should say depressed kid area, because we're the ones throwing ourselves in front of cars. And, I thought that was a pretty smart bit. And like, but I did this for Joe at it was like a backyard show. It was a nice turnout. There was probably like 60 people there. And, I told this bit, and I didn't realize two ladies in the audience started crying, and people were walking away, and I had like half the room, but I get off. I see Joe in the back telling me not to finish the bit, and I'm just like, I have to now, like they got to hear the end. And I get off stage, and he told me that the whole reason for the comedy show was that it was a fundraiser for an autistic school, and I. I felt bad about it, but like it's all a joke. Like I wasn't really. I guess the problem was I said the word retard 6 times. That was the problem in a bit.
So it's not the bit per se; it's just the use of the word.
Yeah, I guess he said the word too many times, and it.
Basically, what you're telling us is that we should then just tackle them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Even if we're not playing football.
Yeah. So let's introduce you, Tony. This is Tony. He's our producer. He's the Knock 'em Dead comedy guy. Gov's podcast, like Emperor. And, he produces all our shows. He's going to be like second mic today. But yeah, dude, Joe made a rule after that on his shows you can't say the R word. And
how about a Joe rule where he tells people what the show is for?
I know that was kind of the big mess up on that show. He should have made me aware what the benefit was for. Governors hosts, when they have benefits, they always make sure to tell you what the benefit's for, because it's a smart move.
Absolutely.
Like they had the one show. It was the Ronald McDonald fundraiser, and for like kids and. My favorite girl, Lindsay Jennings, did 8 minutes on abortion. Like that. You have mess ups like that.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, so you want to kind of avoid that, and that was my I when I saw him like this in the crowd, I probably should have stopped, but like it's also weird as a comic to stop in the middle of a bit.
You're watching a movie, even if you don't like it, you're in it for a certain amount of time. You're like, all right, I'm just going to see how this ends.
Exactly.
There it is.
And I did have half the room. Like half the room was laughing.
Right.
On or half the tent, I should say. But it was it was a rough day. So I did a show with Joe the other day, and he told me, he's like, because he calls it, we laugh about it. It's the Hugh Murray rule now. And he told me, like, don't do that. I don't really do that bit anymore because it's just like so touchy.
Right.
I think it's smart. I think a lot of my jokes are smart.
Agreed.
And but I have a rough time sometimes, like, because I talk about touchy material. But I killed on Joe's show,
Nice.
that day. It was like a really cool show. Yeah, it's funny though, because I was doing one of my bits, and Joe's 2 daughters were there, and he made them put on noise canceling headphones. But that's whatever.
So are you? So what are we talking about here? Do you disagree that Travis pulled the show last week?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna post it.
Oh.
I think I'm gonna, just because we need content. We go months off. And like our YouTube channel and everything suffers because of that. And I think part of the problem was I used the F slur, and Travis knows some gay people. But like people don't understand about me. Because I don't talk about my family a lot, but I actually have. People with those type of mental illnesses in my family. I have gay people in my family, black people. It's all there.
Right.
And at family gatherings, like it's
I think certain words, like when I was a kid, gay meant happy.
Yeah.
Now it means something else. But I almost think that for the F slur.
Yeah.
Like when you're saying that word, you're not calling them gay. You're almost calling them like a nerd almost.
Yeah. The best explanation was I think Jim Brewer did a bit, and he kind of had one line was like, yeah, like a fag isn't like a gay person. It's the kid who couldn't kick a kickball.
Right.
Like that was like so succinct that like I love that explanation. But Louis C.K. went into it even further. Where he's just like he was talking about if he saw a guy blowing another guy in a bathroom, he'd just be like, "Hello, gentlemen," and just like walk by. But if the guy took the dick out of his mouth and was like, "People from Phoenix are Phoenicians," he'd be like, "Shut up, faggot," like that was such a smart bit too. Like those are like that special he did. That is like one of my biggest influences in comedy.
Yep.
And I love that. And those are like just great explanations for how I use the word. The other day I was telling a story and like that was said to me, so like I didn't say it. I guess I'm repeating it, but that's how the story went down. And I kind of use the words kind of sometimes for like shock value, but like I also think like they're just words, but you get the other argument that like like with the N-word, you just
Sure.
can't say that one,
Right.
And people are trying to make every other word like that. You just can't say it, But like we were talking about, like I thought kind of like Shane Gillis has been kind of bringing those words back, and it.
He used it on Saturday Night Live, didn't he? When he just hosted it,
I think he did.
I think he did. Yeah,
I think he did, and obviously his appearance there wasn't that great. It wasn't his best. I think he was really nervous.
Yes, he was.
But it's.
I enjoyed the opener, the monologue.
Yeah. But that's kind of what I do. I don't mean any harm by what I say on this, and like I said, like we're kind of exaggerating who we are on this show, and living a weird fucking life so you guys don't have to. And
it's an inspirational show.
Yeah, that's
it's like
what
Oprah.
I'm saying. Yeah. And I just wanted to get that point across for any listeners because we've had some real life implications. Like I've told the story in the past how my dad wanted me to like take down every episode while I was looking for a job. But. That was the thing, and like I was talking to Travis, and he's like, "Yeah, well, I work with gay people," and I asked him, I'm like, "Do they listen?" And he goes, "No," and I'm like, "So why? So who cares?" Like, my girlfriend's siblings have two gay people, lesbian and a gay guy, and they're never offended. They've been to shows.
Yeah.
They don't act up like that, and I feel like people that do are fucking nerds. Like it's just comedy. And I kind of had this on a show last Friday. So I did that Joe show, and I crushed. It was a 10-minute set, and I was hosting for McNeely. And on Friday in the Giggle Room.
Nice.
And it was a nice turnout, maybe like 60, 70 people. And, the room wasn't packed, but wasn't full, but like it was.
Yeah, 60 to 70 is a good crowd in there.
It was pretty good. And, I was doing the same exact set, basically. And, now I've been talking, like since I started dating Marissa, who I mentioned on the show, she's a single mom, she's got 3 kids, and I started like implementing that into my act. Like I've been going into like dating in my 30s. Like there's just only 3 types of women. Like it's like the career orientated girl, the one that was just like never married and they're kind of like psychos. And then you have like the divorcees and the single moms. And, I kind of like make fun of the single moms a little bit, saying, I guess what I say is they're like Hot Pockets, and they're really hot on the outside, but they're cold and dead on the inside, And Marissa loves that joke. but the room fucking hated it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was dead silent.
Oh, wow.
And it was it's just like I kind of started losing that. Like I had them, like I was crushing for the first like 5 minutes, and I lost them for like the second 5.
After that joke?
Yeah, it was the dating in my 30s joke. Like really lost them, and I was gonna go into like my internet dating jokes after that, and that usually is like a great bit. I've been doing that for a long time, and I didn't have time to do that, so I kind of rushed off the stage after some jokes that didn't hit. The other one, which I think is a really smart joke, is I say Marissa has full sleeve tattoos. She loves the tattoos. I have a few, and I compare people who don't like tattoos that they're kind of racist. Because what people say always is like, oh, you're ruining that pure white skin and you're just adding color, like it just comes off kind of racist. I think it's a smart joke, and that usually gets a laugh. That was fucking dead silent.
Wow.
Dead silent on that show. And everyone else kind of said it was a weird crowd. I think most of the crowd was brought by one girl.
Oh, okay.
From what I heard, I guess like maybe her brother is gay or something like that.
Oh,
and
okay.
I kind of, not make fun of gay people, but like I do some like gayish jokes. And I was told like maybe that's kind of how I lost him, because I had a friend in the audience that I used to work with. But it's just like, I don't know. I feel like I'm not the problem saying this type of stuff, like I guess it's like edgy, maybe, but like
it's not you 70 people.
Yeah, like,
or it is the 70. It's
yeah,
not you. It's not the majority.
Because like I said, like the same set kind of crushed last week,
right.
And then like only 5 minutes of it did well the next week.
Was this the Terry McNeely show?
Yeah.
I'm surprised because he's, a conservative guy and he's nuts. So I figured it would be that kind of crowd.
Yeah. And I mean, it's always tough, like when you're hosting, because you're coming up to a cold crowd, and you kind of got to like crack them open. That's why I did like my one bit, the Would You Rather game. I did that up front because that's like a real hitter, and it got them, it cracked them wide open, and then they just started getting silent, and then like every comic afterwards was coming off stage saying, what a weird crowd.
Wow.
Like, oh, like they loved Emily Santosis,
okay. All right,
but for the most part, every other comic, like Terry even jumped off early.
Wow.
Yeah. Terry, I get scared sometimes he's going to do like 45 minutes.
Right.
If he loves the crowd, like he'll fucking keep going.
Yeah.
And I think he said he was going to do 25. He jumped off around 20 or something like that.
Damn.
Wow. It was just a weird crowd, And I don't know, like I guess like my friends and the people I talk to on a regular basis, they don't get offended easily.
Right.
So then when I try to write jokes, I forget that the audience coming in could be, really sensitive about something.
I don't get it. If you don't like it, if something hits a little too close to home, okay. But
yeah.
But so what? All right. So you didn't like that joke. You just move on. Like what? I don't know what they expect you to do. Because like you said, somebody over here might find it hilarious. All right, this guy over here doesn't. Okay.
Right.
But just keep going. These people nowadays, it seems like they get so offended that they want some kind of action. They want some kind of something like they want some kind of payback or something. Like,
yeah, it's so
just move
weird.
On.
It really is weird, and it's like I feel like most people like I don't get offended about anything. Like anything. You can make fun of me for days. I just don't get offended.
I hear you.
And I feel like most people today, they don't get offended except for one thing. Like it's like the one thing, that just hits that nerve. And, most of the time it's like because they're gay or they're black or, they have something that you can't talk about, or like their kid has Down syndrome. You can't say the R word, right. Everybody has that one thing. And it's just like, stop getting upset about that one thing. Right. Like, why are you getting so offended over that? Like, it's a comedy club, or like a comedy show, wherever you're doing it. Like, the aura is supposed to be like this is all in good fun.
Right.
Like, I'm not being mean, except for Lou Pratt on the show the other day. Oh, my God. He closed on a fucking dead puppy joke. Dude, I fucking couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. Like, this weird crowd is like getting all sensitive, and they're fucking like the close. It did miss because the cell phone rang, but
jeez.
During his like last line, the cell phone rang, but like the last line is like, oh, I guess that's why he was scratching and biting me as I'm putting him into his coffin. And I'm like, oh, my God. Like, that. I got on stage, and I'm like, dead puppy jokes. Like, that's usually the worst part of the movie.
Right.
When the dog dies. Like
that's every Disney movie.
Yeah, everybody hates when the fucking dog dies.
And Lou, you'd think it'd be a little more sensitive. He's got his autistic son in the audience everywhere he goes.
Yeah. And what's funny is when you tell those jokes, is he always laughs, the kid.
Oh, he's the best audience, that kid.
The kid
Brian.
loves comedy. Yeah,
Love
Brian Pratt.
Yeah.
And
I guess Brian likes dead puppy jokes.
Yeah, I guess. But like that was a rough joke, and it was dead silent after.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And I tried going back on stage and like telling a joke to like get him up. But, like, again, like, I don't think they liked me very well, Right. Like, I don't know. I also get in my head with stuff like that. Like, if I bomb up front, like, I try not to do too many jokes in between because it's like I might be ruining the,
the flow.
The flow, the momentum. And, I tried telling a joke about, like, edibles or whatever. And just, they were just started getting so chatty, too.
Yep.
And like they were just talking, and I was like, I felt like I was screaming over them.
Oh, I hate
it was,
that.
It was real rough, man. But, I don't know. We'll get back on the horse. May 10th, I'll be back with Terry.
Oh, nice.
And, in the Giggle Room. And Travis will be there unless he fucking cancels last minute. Because he fucking some weird thing going on in his life.
All right, so what do you think? So name your price to just look into this camera for like 15 minutes and just repeat the F-bomb the F word and the R word. Just like repeat it for like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
How do you think that would go over?
I don't know. That's something that like might go viral for the wrong reasons. I don't know, man.
Viral is viral. That's how I see it.
Yeah, there's no such thing as bad press.
Exactly.
But yeah, man, I just wanted to get out and say some of that stuff. I don't know what else to really talk about. I don't know. Maybe we should just call. How many minutes we got?
You've done almost a half hour.
Half hour, yeah. Let's call it here.
Okay. All right, cool.
Yeah. So I plugged the May 10th show at Governor's. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at The Logic. Like I said, last episode it didn't come out because we didn't post it, but I was messing with this guy on that's been doing DMT every day for 4 months, and I've done DMT, and to me, I think he's actually smoking meth. Wow. And I think he's just been getting like the wrong type of stuff, and because like his experience doesn't line up with anybody else's experience, and he's because he's vaping it, and I don't know. It's been going crazy. His parents have been fucking trying to get him to go to rehab, and he's just tweeting all of this. And it's so funny. He'll just like tweet like a wall, or like do like a video of like a wall, and he's like, "Can you see the entity?" And it's like a 15-minute video of just a fucking blank wall. It's so funny. And I don't know how I followed this guy or how he followed me. He's got 2.7 million followers on Twitter.
Wow.
And he's just been having this crazy drug psychosis. And yeah, so I told everyone to follow me so you could see how I mess with this guy. But I think he finally followed through to his promise to his mom, and I think he's going to rehab.
Oh, wow.
I haven't seen him post in 2 days.
Oh, well, good for him.
Yeah, he did an 185-minute live on Twitter, and he said the DMT entities were going to make the wall invisible and turn it into a portal. I couldn't watch all 185 minutes. I'm not that dedicated, but this guy... he's off his fucking rocker. But I gotta find someone new to mess with on Twitter. For a while, it was Elon Musk. I got known for that, messing with Elon Musk on Twitter. But now, I think he actually damaged my account since he like bought it.
Right.
I think I'm like shadow banned because like my reach on Twitter is nothing. It's like 45 people.
That's why he bought it specifically to get you.
I think so because I was really going at him, but I was trying to be his life coach. That was my plan.
Full circle. It's an inspirational show.
Yeah, I was trying to be his life coach because he could be like Iron Man. Like he could be Batman or something, like he has the money and he could like fix real world problems, but he's like, no, I'm gonna send a fucking car into space and I'm gonna date this singer and like it's like it's just so stupid of a man. And
even superheroes need to get laid, man.
Yeah. That's true. I guess he's going through the messy divorce now, or maybe, I don't know.
Oh, is he? I don't know.
With Grimes. I think that's her name. But yeah, I'll find someone new to mess with. Yeah, so I'm at The Logic. You can find us on everything at Treading Water Podcast. We got some new clips coming. I'm going to start posting, I don't know, maybe today. And yeah, that's it, man. Thank you. Thank you for hanging.
Hang on. Okay, there we go.